and distinguished delegates, and dear participants joining us from across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to warmly welcome you all to day 3 of the 21 Days International Winter School Training Program. Your enthusiastic participation and continued engagement have already made the first 4 days of this program truly successful and enriching. The completion of the previous days marks important milestones in our academic journey, filled with insightful discussions and meaningful interactions and valuable learning experiences. As we step into day 5, we do so with renewed energy, deeper curiosity, and a strong commitment to learning, collaboration, and excellence. The beginning of a new year symbolizes fresh perspectives and renewed purposes. May this program continue to inspire innovation, strengthen global collaborations, and contribute meaningfully to your academic and professional growth. On behalf of Just Agriculture and ISSTR New Delhi Society and our esteemed collaborators, I once again extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you to the 21 Days International Winter School Training Program on the theme Revolutionizing Agri System through AI, Digital Tools, and Green Technology. This international winter school brings together eminent scientists, academicians, researchers, industry experts, and policymakers from across the world. In today's rapidly evolving agricultural landscape, the integration of AI, digital innovations, and green technologies is essential for achieving sustainability, climate resilience, and farmers' prosperity. As we commence day 5, we look forward to another insightful and interactive session in the coming days, and participants will continue to benefit from the expertise of distinguished national and international experts from countries like USA, Canada, Australia, Egypt, India, who will share cutting edge research, insights, and practical applications. This program is designed to enhance knowledge and skills, promote innovation driven agriculture, foster global academic collaboration, and bridge the gap between research and practical implementations. We sincerely acknowledge the valuable support of our collaborating institutions, VNMKV Parbani, UAS RAICHUR, Level University Canada, and ICAR NBPGR New Delhi, for making this international academic initiative possible. With this, let us begin day 5 with enthusiasm and dedication as we continue our journey towards a sustainable, inclusive, and resilient agriculture future. Now, it is my great pleasure that we are deeply honored to have us on this esteemed platform our guest, Professor Dr. Pratappan K. Pillai, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Guru Ram Rai University, Dehradun. As Professor K. Pratappan Sir is a distinguished academician, visionary leader, and accomplished administrator with rich experience in higher education, research, and institutional development. Under his dynamic experience and dynamic leadership, SGRRU Dehradun has been steadily advancing in academic excellence, research innovation, and interdisciplinary learning. His commitment to quality education, skill development, and global academic collaboration has significantly contributed to nurturing future ready professionals. We are truly privileged by his gracious presence today and look forward to his insightful address, which will undoubtedly inspire and enrich all our participants. We welcome you, sir, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Sakshi, and good afternoon to all the viewers of this fifth day schedule of 21 days winter school training program with the theme of AgroVision 2050 and beyond. When we think about AgriVision 2050 and beyond, it's a long term vision for agriculture that governments, researchers, industry are aiming towards. Making a globally sound and environmentally free agriculture and allied sector in 2050 and beyond 2050. A strategic outlook for transforming agriculture into a sustainable, resilient, profitable, and technology driven system that can feed a growing population while protecting our environment too. Now, why 2050? By 2050, the world population is projected to reach 10 billion plus, increasing the demand for food by 50 to 70% compared to today. This requires innovation across every part of the food system, from seed to market or from field to fork. The core pillars of AgriVision 2050, I list it as number one, sustainability and climate resilience. Climate smart agriculture to withstand the excess drought and unpredicted floods, thunderstorms, and cloud bursts. What happened in the last year, before, on, after our monsoon seasons all over the country. As well, the heat stress during summer, our country, as well, the various part of the of the globe are under heavy heat stress. The second point, as far as the sustainability and climate resilience is concerned, the carbon neutral farming systems, carbon sequestration, agroforestry, etc. With the reduced greenhouse gas emissions and good soil health, as well as soil health rejuvenation with cover cropping and organic matter enrichment, by which we can make sustainable and climate resilient AgriVision 2050 and beyond. The number two is advanced technologies and digitalization. The world is swiftly moving from the traditional system of plowing to the modern precision agriculture with the GPS enabled machinery, variable rate of application, and field sensors. These are going to support our future agriculture with Internet of Things and smart sensors, soil moisture, nutrient and pest detection, real time condition monitoring. Also, which is going to be helped with the remote sensing and artificial intelligence, crop health via satellite and drones, predictive analytics for pest, weather and yield, data driven decision making, farm management platforms are going to be controlled by the data driven decision making with the decision support system. And the third one is genetics and biotechnology, next generation crop breeding, climate resilient or climate tolerant, disease resistant varieties, high nutrient density, biofortification, etc. Along with gene editing like CRISPR technology, the faster development of superior lines, reduced dependency on chemical fertilizers and chemical plant protection uh, materials. The fourth one is circular and regenerative system, which is dealing with the waste to value, the crop residues, bioenergy, compost material, food waste recycling, all comes under the circular and regenerative system. Along with that, an integrated livestock and cropping is to be thought of, which is already there, but still we have to go hand in hand in AgriVision 2050. When we think about in 2050 and beyond, it must be integrated with livestock as well as cropping, and which will directly supplies or supports the manure management, biogas and organic nutrient cycling will take place. Fifth one is water and soil management. We are thinking at the era of soil nutrient as well as soil health laws. The world is thinking about enacting new law to support, to protect and safeguard our mother soil and the water. I used to tell to my students as well as faculty that if there is a third world war, it will not be for the oil or wealth or gold. It will be for the water. Hence, the water and soil management is very, very essential for with efficient irrigation, with advanced irrigation system, as well as soil conservation practices. Along with that, the no-till or zero tillage, reduced tillage, crop rotation, organic amendments are to be thought of. The sixth one is economics and farmer well-being. Without farmer, there is no farming. So we should have an improved access. The farmers must be made available with credit and finance support, insurance for climate risk, market and fair pricing, rural infrastructure development, cold chain management, storage and logistic facility, agri SME growth are to be looked into by 2050. The seventh point is the policy and governance. National as well as global policies that support sustainable practices, regulate new biotech safety, promote fair trade, encourage public private research. These kind of activities are already started, and many governments are formulating policy and governance to encourage public private research also. And thanks to the government of India, that certain kinds of public private research activities are also booming up in our India too. The eighth point is how this fits to India or similar economies, supporting smaller holding livelihoods, digital inclusion like mobile apps, advisory system, the agro advisory system, which is followed by the IMD and the government of India, as the Ministry of Agriculture, government of India is looking into the smart advisory systems for farmers. Farmer producer organizations are yet another section which is coming up like anything, and India is leading in making farmer producer organization, helping farmers from seed to market as well as from soil to fork. Thereby the farmer income can be sustainable as well as the farmer support system can be maintained. Climate resilient crop zones are to be developed as well as sustainable water budgeting is to be done. And these are the valid 8 points I propose for AgriVision 2050 and beyond. By doing so, or looking at these points and encouraging the activities in line with these, as well as the governments, as well as the governance and policies are to be made in such a way that by AgriVision 2050 and beyond, the points which we discussed just now are to be taken into account. And the primary thing we should think about is the farmer first concept, which is well taken by the developed nations as well as the developing countries. And I would like to point out certain outcomes, expected outcomes by 2050, which is on the basis of the priority as well as target outcomes for food security, as well as for hunger reduction. Reliable supply system must be in place, which is well defined in the Sustainable Development Goal. Then environmental health, carbon neutral agriculture, and biodiversity for increased production and productivity with quality. Higher per hectare yields with fewer inputs, which makes the production system profitable, and better returns and market access. That is very important. Then comes the resilience, adaptation to the climate shocks, as well as the risk of flood, as well as heat stress that has to be taken into account for producing nutritious, more nutritious food availability to the common public. And emerging frontiers beyond 2050 can be listed like this. Number one, vertical and urban farming, metro farming or metro horticulture, artificial intelligence, autonomous farming, synthetic biology, customs crops, robotics and automation at large scale, blockchain for traceability and supply chain management, alternative proteins and cellular agriculture are to be thought of. Here, I would like to say that unless the farmers are equipped or they are provided with sufficient credit support system, market facility, as well as teaching them in a reverse pyramid model from market to the production system, along with value addition, branding, as well as traceability is very important. I quote an example of the grapes which are produced in Nagpur or in Nasik in Maharashtra. It should reach the when it reaches the hands of consumer in France, it should contain uh, a barcode or the traceability system wherein it should tell about the longitude and latitude at which the grapes are grown and the farmer's name who actually cultivated those grapes and the system of cultivation, the practices followed, whether it is organically grown or inorganically grown, whether PP chemicals are used or not, uh, the good agricultural practices are followed or not, and good packaging systems are followed or not. All these kinds of information should be, I mean, learned by a consumer by a mere scanning of the barcode called the traceability. In simple term, AgriVision 2050, it is not just farming more food. It is about transforming agriculture into a system that is smarter in technology and data wise, greener in climate and resource friendly, fairer in empowering my small farmers, healthier in nutritional aspects as well as safe practices, and resilient with shock proof against climate, insect pest, heat stress, and markets. With this, I conclude that I am seeing a world which is greener, smarter, healthier, fairer, and resilient. Thank you very much for my viewers. Thank you. Have a great
Thank
new year ahead.
thank
Over to Sakshi.
just a second, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, very much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I extend my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Professor K. Pratappan, sir, and for graciously accepting our invitation and joining us on this prestigious platform. Sir, your valuable presence and inspiring words and insightful perspectives have truly enriched today's session, and we are deeply thankful for your time, guidance, and encouragement, which have added immense value to this international winter school training program. And
Thank you. Thank you.
yes, sir. And sir, we are honored by your association with this program and sincerely appreciate your support towards advancing academic excellence, innovation, and sustainable development. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you so much for your kind presence and
Thank you.
invaluable
Thank you.
contribution.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Sakshi.
much.
Yep. Sakshi, any clarification, questions, queries, anything? Still we have time.
Yes, sir. Actually, if there are I would like to say to the participants, if anyone have any questions related to what sir has told us, very insightful words. So, if anyone wants to ask anything, so they can ask him about it. Okay, sir. Actually, I think I want to ask something from you. That as a visionary academic leader, how do you foresee the transformation of Indian universities in the next decade to meet global standards while addressing local and national challenges?
Yeah, thank you, Sakshi. It's a very general question, but yeah, you know, Indian government as well as all the universities, along with our Association of Indian Universities (AIU), hope you could yeah, AIU. This is what it says. Association of Indian Universities. They are at its right path, advocating all the educational institutions of higher order or higher education institutions to follow the NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, and uh, and our universities are started following it, uh, which is mainly on the four pillars, like the higher education institutions in the country, wherein multiple entry, multiple exit is now allowed, with a multidisciplinary approach, which is highly flexible, as well as highly inclusive in nature. Then comes the choice-based credit system, which is also allowed in the country, that students can select the best out of the basket of courses, credit system, and choose the best one out of it, which is already started implemented in many of the universities in the country. The multiple entry, multiple entry, multiple exit system allows our rural people who are studying in the rural higher education institutions, wherein they can drop their course by the end of second year. They can go with a diploma. By the end of third year, if they leave, they can earn a degree. And if they complete 4 years course, they can earn honors. So those kind of multiple entry, multiple exit system, which is already started implemented in many of the Indian universities. Uh, and the multidisciplinary approach, that is yet another pillar, wherein a BBA student can learn law also, BBA LLB. BTech student can learn a degree on commerce and management. That is BTech MBA, 4 years BTech and 1 year MBA course, 4 years BBA and 1 year MBA. So these kind of integrated courses have come up. BBA, LLB, BCom with company secretaryship, BCom with chartered accountancy. So these kind of few courses, for example, I quoted, these kind of courses have come up in most of our universities. So this is what the world order, and the world universities, international universities are looking at Indian universities also, and many of the international universities of higher education are ready to come up in India to set up their universities in India also. So in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, as well as in Bangalore and Gujarat, I'm expecting around 10 plus new universities in every state, all these states which I mentioned just now. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 years' time, it will be fully established, which have already come up, which is fully established in a year or two. It means that the international institutions are ready to come up with their universities and set up in India, because our aptitude and taste of our undergraduate, postgraduates, and all are on par or equivalent to the international education system. Whereby our students need not spend quite a lot money traveling abroad and be away from their home, and to acquire a degree, so that they can acquire within our country itself. So those kinds of upgradation part is happening in higher education system. So it is a welcoming happening in India, and many of the international universities are coming up also. So it means that at an affordable price or affordable money, our children can learn in India and earn good degree and secure good job inside the country as well as abroad. Yes.
Yes, sir, totally true. And also, like, there is one more question in the chat box that how to manage skilled workers, how to control climate and environment, and how to link academic platform with the farm field.
Yeah. See, I was telling about the water and its sanctity than oil. Similarly, the next important aspect, our children or the next generation HR in India will be trained on skill, because ours is highest percentage of young population in the world. More than 50 percentage of our population is below 35 or 40, and our younger generation and younger population, the so-called Gen Z, they are well trained in the most advances like AI, ML, data science, IoT, sensors, and all. And once they are trained in skill, the same can be used in our farming system also, which is already in practice. Sensors are being used, IoT is used, drones are used for increasing the efficiency of crop production and productivity in our country. So this all happened over the last 5 to 10 years time. So what I presume is that by 2050, we will be much ahead of any developing countries, along with Viksit Bharat 2047. Maybe within another 3 more years in 2050, our country will be the third economic power of the world, as well as our crop production system and our agriculture will be taking a different shape, especially in terms of value addition in fruits and vegetables. Because I served 10 years as the horticulture director and National Horticulture Mission director of the country, and in Kerala. I looked after the southern parts of the country. That less than 7% of our fruits and vegetables are value added. And there is a larger scope, huge scope for value addition, branding, packaging, and traceability kind of thing. That is what I said about the traceability. And there is a huge gap in value addition as far as our Indian scenario, Indian agriculture, horticulture sector, and allied sectors are concerned, like animal husbandry, fisheries, including apiculture or beekeeping. So value addition has a larger scope, wherein all these kind of advances in technology, the technology-driven advances can be made use, and by 2050 certainly we'll be the topmost country exporting the value-added products of fruits, vegetables, and spices. Why I am saying is, looking back towards any of the developed nations wherein they are not producing any of these crops, any of these fruits, any of these vegetables, but their value addition part is tremendous. 30-40% of the things which are produced in the country, as well as they are importing, value adding, and sending it again, exporting. Right. Whereas India, we have all these things, and around 25 to 30% of our fruits and vegetables are perishing per annum. It is going waste, decaying, in between the post harvest handling, transporting, logistic, cold storage. In all these, our fruits and vegetables are lost. So if we go with the advances in technology, we can save that 25 to 30% lost materials or losing material into gold. We can make it value added one. So I see a lot of skill, lot of technological development, a lot of innovative ideas and innovative thing, especially in the post harvest handling as well as value addition part is concerned. Yes.
Thank you so much for this informative words from you, sir. As sir, as AI is increasingly being applied to address sustainability challenges, right? So, such as climate resilience and resource efficiency and smart agriculture. What strategy role should higher education institutes should play in preparing students with the right skills, ethics, and interdisciplinary mindset for AI driven sustainable development?
Yeah, see, most of the points which I have already explained, the higher education system, it's not only dealing with agriculture and allied sector. Higher education system for a sustainable future, uh, in any course, you take any other course, which is all now imparting skill-based education. That is yet another, pillar in the NEP 2020. Experiential learning, skill-based education. Then comes the, uh, uh, earn value learn program kind of thing. Teaching or learning with doing. As Dr. Adivi Reddy used to say in agricultural extension, that seeing is believing and doing is experiencing. Of late, from the state agricultural universities, which came into existence in India in 1900 onwards, or beyond 1900 onwards, through the land grant system of America, all our state agricultural universities were formed by taking the land from farmers as grant, and or from the governmental land as grant, and wherein the learn value learn program was already there, along with the milleting or attaching the student graduates in their second year, third year with the farmers, live with the farmers, live and do with the farming, making them skillful agriculture graduates. That were the yesteryear story of agriculture university, along with the ELP, earn while you learn, as well, imparting indigenous technical know-how, ITKS. Now, in NEP, ITKS is given in the form of indigenous knowledge system, IKS. And earn value learn program is, skill based education. It's a kind of old wine in new bottle. And the new higher education policy, NEP 2020, is mainly concentrating on skill based education and making our younger generation, Gen Z generation, to learn the things by doing. So which is really going to help us beyond another 25 years time. When we reach 2050, our graduates will be skill based graduates, not only in computer based. They will be skill based. They'll be more oriented towards the resilience to the climate, as well as to the sustainability part of thinking. And you take the sustainability part, anything and everything, unless it is sustainable, it cannot go for a long time. So based on the situation, regional requirement, the zonal need, the sustainability component is well thought of. For, as I mentioned, smarter, greener, fairer, healthier, and resilient ecosystem in our community. Yes.
Yes, sir, that is very informative as it is very effective to learn and have skill-based education, like you said in the Gen Z years. So, with this, I really
That,
thank
that
you
is that
for
is
it.
what Chinese proverb says long back when I was a student. I was taught, don't give fish to a man who is hungry. You teach to fishing. You teach them fishing, how to fish from the pond, from the lake, from the ocean, right? So that
Yes,
there comes the component of skill. Skilling has been taught to us when I was a boy, maybe 55, 60 years ago, right? So skilling is very, very important. Skill-based education is very, very important. Of late, it has come to our higher education system in the form of NEP 2020. Thanks to Dr. Radhakrishnan, who is my neighborhood gentleman, very senior scientist and former chairman of ISRO. Dr. Radhakrishnan postulated and proposed the NEP 2020, and which is well adopted by Government of India, higher education institutions, and all the states are now following it. And all higher education institutions are following, which is being looked after by the higher educations in across the globe. Now they are coming in to establish their universities in India. Yeah, good.
thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Sakshi.
sir. This was a
Thank you.
very great, like you told about, like not giving the fish to a hungry man, but teaching him
Teach them how
about
to
the
fish.
skills. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
is all about skill-based education, like you said. And with this, I would like to say that thank you so much, sir. It was a very great
welcome. It's
session
my pleasure.
and
It's
very
my pleasure.
knowledgeable. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you so much.
looking
Yes.
forward, and with Just Agriculture, my association will continue. Hope to continue beyond 2050.
Yes,
Thank
sir,
you. Thank you,
definitely.
Sakshi.
Thank you. Thank you so
Have a
much, sir.
great afternoon and evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a very great session, and now it is my honor and privilege to call upon Dr. Arun Chandan sir, who is Regional Director of National Medicinal Plant Board. As Dr. Arun Chandan sir is a distinguished professional with rich experience in the promotion, conservation, and sustainable utilization of medicinal and aromatic plants in India. Through his dedicated efforts, he has significantly contributed to strengthening research, policy implementation, and capacity building in the medicinal plant sector, linking traditional knowledge with the modern scientific approaches. And with this, we are truly honored to have him with us today, and we eagerly look forward to his valuable insights and experts' perspectives. May I kindly request Dr. Arun Chandan sir to take the screen and please let us know about the all the information, and we really welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Sakshi, and thank you, Just Agriculture, Dr. Badwarji, and all. Uh, this is a great event for me. My privilege to be here among this training course going on. So in another 30 to 45 minutes, I will be taking you through a tour of the ecosystem of medicinal plant sector in this country, especially through the eyes of Medicine and National Medicinal Plants Board, which comes under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. So just allow me to share my presentation. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Okay. So let me tell you, the National Medicinal Plants Board was established in the year 2000, when this was under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Ayush was a small department under the ministry. The objective to start this board was merely to look into the problems of raw material of Ayush industry. All industries in Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, now Swarikpa. Now we have six Indian systems of medicine in place. So the raw material, these natural medicines that used to come from wild resources. So more than 75 to 80% of the raw material is still sourced from the wild. So, keeping in view the Biodiversity Act and other regulations in place, it was thought that National Medicinal Plants Board should be constituted and it should focus on all aspects of medicinal plants, conservation, cultivation, research, and all that. In 2014, you all know, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, constituted a new ministry, independent ministry of Ayush. Again, I will repeat, Ayush contains six Indian systems of medicine. This is first time in the history of India that independent ministry of Ayush, in other words, a ministry of traditional indigenous systems of medicine was formulated in the country. And if I just repeat again, Ayush, A stand for Ayurveda, Y for Yoga and Naturopathy, U for Unani, S for Siddha, H for Homeopathy, and sixth system is Sova Rigpa. That is called Amchi system of medicine in Ladakh. The traditional healers who practice this medicine, they are known as Amchis. And then we call it Bhot system of medicine, Bhot Chikitsa Paddhati in Himachal Pradesh, particularly in Lahore and Kinnaur districts of Himachal. Ayush, is a way of life actually. Ayush, as you know, Ayurveda is a science of life. It deals with all aspects of life, scientific way. So this is the meaning of the ministry, and then this board went under the Ministry of Ayush in 2014. Why I am mentioning here is that earlier the Department of Ayush used to get only 4 to 5% budget of the Health and Family Welfare Ministry for the indigenous system of medicine. But in 2014, huge amount of funds, approximately 5,000 crores, were given by the government of India to promote Indian systems of medicine in this country. Let me take you all to a small quotation which says, Uchito yasya yom deshasya tajyam moshadam hitam. So this says, give the person where he is born, the medicinal plants growing around them, they are always useful for primary healthcare purpose. That means the local flora of an area, of a village population is always conducive or is always useful for primary healthcare objectives. Uh, and the same, you can even you can think or verify close to your vicinity that majority of the disease burden which you find there is can be easily treatable with the locally available medicinal plants. So taking this further, uh, the Ministry of Ayush has promoted Ayush at the village level, at the panchayat level through its various health institutions like Ayushman Arogya Mandir, like health and wellness centers, and whatnot. Number of activities are there to promote primary health care of the people. Coming back to my center, I look after the northern region, which has been constituted in the year 2017 by National Medicinal Plant Board, because there were only 20-25 people sitting in Delhi looking after the National Medicinal Plant Board. They were responsible for its all activities, including outreach, research, cultivation, conservation, and all that. So government thought that we should have decentralized approach, having more reach to the various stakeholders. So seven regional centers were created. One was for the northern region states that include Himachal, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Chandigarh, Uttar Pradesh. So I center for all these seven northern region states. And uh, the objective, you see, under my region, there are two Himalayan states. One is Uttarakhand, one is Himachal. So that deals with the precious medicinal plants, that divine medicinal plants. You may find that they are used in cancer treatment or they are used in other high-profile diseases. So most of those medicinal herbs, they are extracted from the forest, from the wild, and now the majority of them, they are being now cultivated under various agroclimatic zones. So, so now the entire country is covered through the regional centers. We have regional centers. We call them RCFCs. They are regional come facilitation centers. So they are located in various locations. If I talk of my center, so I would just like to name few of the species like Kutki, Pashan, Bed, Kut, and Atish. See, these are the high value crops. These are the high value medicinal plants which are in demand. For example, Kutki is Picrorhiza crua. So this is a hepatoprotective, very good for the farmers to cultivate. It is also extracted from the wild. So Pashan Bed is another plant which is used in Virginia, we call it Virginia Sileta. So this is for kidney stone and all that. Kut is Susuria costis. Atish is Aconitum heterophyllum. So we have a huge list of medicinal plants we are working on. If I just take you to the priority list of National Medicinal Plants Board, we are dealing with 140 medicinal plants. They are our prioritized medicinal plants. Those are being promoted in various agroclimatic zones in this country. In the last 7 years, we faced certain challenges. One was that we understood the supply chain concerns, particularly of the wild collection aspect. Then we understood the cultivation and contract farming issues. And researching them all together, we came out with the supporting activities which are useful for the farmers. Like we thought of creating end-to-end solution for medicinal plants related activity, just strengthening the supply chain aspect. Then we came out with a cluster approach. Then we thought of value addition at the source, as very recently Honorable BC was referring that we can save the crop loss up to 40% if we do value addition at the source. The same is the case with medicinal plant sector. So we thought of that end-to-end solution is the final resort for that. Then every aspect is struck on the marketing aspect of these activities in agri or even allied sector of agriculture. So then we facilitated marketing of the medicinal plants through a process of auction. Then our official platform, that is eCharak, and doing some experiment with the other digital platforms we try to make. Then comes the GEM, that is government e-marketing, because lot of planting material is produced by the plant, these farmers and all. So we try to bring them on board on GEM so that departments and other people can come as a buyer on this. And we came out with an integrated model where intercropping and cultivation farms were introduced. So now we are working on those things. Let me tell you that in the last before COVID situation, we were just expecting that the annual growth of global demand of medicinal plant sector will go by an increase of 7% annual CAGR. So, and we were estimating that it will become a 5 trillion US dollar economy by 2050. But COVID came as a blessing for us. as this increase has crossed 30%. So, which is a highest ever increase in any agri commodity in the last 100 years. So, the majority of the demand is from the even outside India, that is from the other countries. Particularly, you might have observed about in the case of Ashwagandha, Shatavari, and other species. So, the global demand has considerably increased globally. But there are two problems which came with this increased demand. As the BC sir was telling about traceability and all that. Yes, here also we were asked to provide traceable raw material of the medicinal plant. And then there are certain quality concerns also, because in the traditional mandi network in this country, a lot of spurious material or adulterants are there in the market. It is difficult to differentiate them. There are certain challenges. So these two challenges, now we are addressing them. We are working on all these things, and these are the areas where you will find ample opportunities. I will request participants to just understand these things seriously, because these gaps are the huge opportunities for the coming times. Then, post COVID, one thing which was understood, you will agree with me that in the last 3, 4 years, if you just go to the food related journals published in India or outside India, so there had been a lot of comparison articles, papers, that why deaths were less in India and why deaths were more during COVID times in US and other developed countries. The reason which was cited out was the dietary aspect or dietary strengths of the Indian population. So again, the culinary herbs, the spices or the Ayurvedic formulations or decoctions and all that kadas, those were responsible for increasing and protecting immunity of the population. So that is now well established that the culinary practices or the traditional food recipes, they contain lot of science in it. So that is
Uh,
the reason that
Sorry
now,
to disturb you, sir. But like there is a gray color appearance which is hiding the content, like the screen you are sharing now.
so what should I do? I should reconnect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll stop sharing and then share again, right?
Yes, yes, sure, sir.
Yeah. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible, but still there is some gray colored appearance. Okay, sir, no issue. You can continue as the slide is visible, but the topic and just a little bit of area is covered with that gray appearance.
Oh, let me check. Let me again reconnect. So I'm sure it's okay now. Yeah, is it okay?
Uh, so still there is, but no issue. You can continue with that.
Yeah, from my side, I think it's okay. There seems no problem.
No, no worries, sir. You can continue with that as like later on people will understand what you are telling, not by the presentation.
Yeah. Okay. So there is again a stress on documentation or even validation of the traditional knowledge. So not only this, but rather I would say that people are greedy.